Thanks, Dimitri, and thanks to Archetype for hosting this event. I think it's really cool to see all the buzz and the excitement around the payment space, and yeah, excited to kind of show you guys what we're up to at Loop. So a little bit about me. So I'm Shane, the co-founder and CTO of Loop. Been in the crypto space since about 2017. And in 2021, co-founded Loop with Eleni Steinman. And yeah, we've been kind of focused on the payments space ever since then. Prior to that, I headed up the development team at a crypto infrastructure or DeFi infrastructure company. The client base there was mostly global, and we were obviously having to accept payments from all over the world. And to be honest, that process of accepting payments was awful. It was very manual. It didn't plug into any of the existing billing systems that we had. So it was reconciling transaction hashes to invoices, and it was just a nightmare. On top of that, it was also very error prone. Users would be sending funds to the wrong address. They would be sending wrong amounts. So it was a nightmare all around. And I think at that point, both Eleni and I had kind of realized that the more wealth comes on chain, the bigger that problem's going to be over time. And yeah, I guess out of that, really, Loop was born. And right in the beginning, our kind of thought was that we would see a broad breadth of, or a broad number of tokens being used for payments. But that kind of, so as you can see by the figures up here on screen and our own Loop data, that thesis really played out using stablecoins. And it kind of makes sense, right? Because if you're buying something, you would rather want to pay for that thing using a stable currency versus a token that you had that you expected to appreciate in value. So in the US right now, crypto is not really mainstream just yet. You're not buying your coffees from Think every day using crypto. But if we take a look at the broader kind of global market, one in three consumers that hold crypto have used stablecoins as a form of payment. So from the merchant's perspective, they really see the value in a global kind of consumer market, right? And for them, making money is really what they want to do. And if having this kind of broad consumer market and being having access to people who are able to pay in crypto, obviously is very attractive to them. And we're also seeing this play out in the Loop data that we have. A large part of the companies that we work with are based here in the US, but about 85% of the consumers who are paying are all overseas. And kind of following on from that, with merchants seeing the value in this global market, we're seeing a lot of the big payment companies like Stripe, PayPal, and MoneyGram really diving into the crypto payment space and seeing how they can provide this stablecoin payment method as an option to their merchants. And that's really where Loop comes in, right? So we provide the payment infrastructure to support any stablecoin payment flow. We focus a lot on merchant acceptance, so building tools and that sort of thing to make accepting crypto as easy as possible. And I've got a bit of a demo for you that I'm going to do now, just to show you how easy it is as a merchant who either knows nothing about crypto, or if you have a crypto native merchant wanting to accept crypto, just how easy it is to enable that on your website, for example. And I guess like with merchant acceptance, things like off-ramping, on-ramping come along with it. So those like stablecoin capabilities, I think we also enable from that perspective. So I'm going to get into a demo, and I think this is probably going to be the majority of this talk, just kind of walking you through the tools and stuff that we have. So what I'm specifically going to show you is from a merchant perspective. How do I start accepting crypto, right? Like what is it that I need to do? So I'm going to jump straight into that and do a bit of a live coding session over here. So easiest way to kind of get set up is I'm going to use just a plain kind of React app to drop the loop connect widget that we provide onto the page so that you can start accepting payments. So I'm going to use Vite as my framework and then just use a simple React template on that. So we just, can you all see at the back there on the screen? I can maybe make it a bit bigger. So yeah, just a straight up Vite project. I give it a name with the React template over there. So we just kind of create that, creates really quickly. Then I'm going to jump into my code editor quickly and open up that project. So this is the project that it's set up. One thing with Vite right now, the template that it uses the latest version of React. Our loop widget only currently supports version 18, not version 19. We are working to support version 19 though. Version 18 is still the preferred version of React right now. There's still a lot of new features in 19 that are still being worked out. So I'm going to change in this package file real quick the React version. You'll see as 19 over here. I'm just going to change that to 18.2 so that we can use that. And then, oopsie. And then the only other thing I need to do here is install the Loop Connect component, which is available on NPM. We're using a specific version right now. We've got a release candidate that's just come out with some new features that I want to use for this demo. So we're using the specific 0.7 release candidate version. So this will obviously just add that dependency to our project. So I'm going to run that. And while that's kind of installing everything, I'm going to jump back over to the code and start adding in our component real quick. So this is just, as I said, a very simple app. I'm just going to drop the component just on a page. I'm not going to kind of get into too many details of that. So I'm just going to remove all of this boilerplate stuff that they've added in here. And just gonna, oops. We'll call this loop demo. And then we're gonna dump that in a div, give that a class name of payments container. All right, so we've got that, and you can see the all of the packages have all been installed properly now. So I've got all my things ready here. So the first thing I need to do is just initialize this loop component. So we'll do that in a use effect block over here. And we only want that to run once on page load, so we're just going to pass in the dependencies there as none. And then we're going to set up the initialization. Initialize. And we're going to make that an async block just because the call to initialize is an async operation from our side, and then we'll just go and call that function when the page loads. Okay, So we've done a bit of the kind of the boilerplate setup now. So now we're just going to go and initialize that loop component. So we're going to say init loop connect, and that gets imported from where did it go? That gets imported from the loop connect library that we installed earlier. And there are a couple of parameters that we need to pass to that to get it set up. So this assumes that you have an account already set up with Loop. I didn't go through that flow, although that flow is also like literally a 2-minute process. You just give us some company information, and then we deploy the contracts on the networks that you specify. You get an entity ID, which is the unique identifier for your company. We'll also generate you an API key, which you can then use to generate auth tokens that you can use on this widget. So one of the config parameters here is entity ID. Another one, you'll obviously need to authenticate. So there's a JWT token that you need to pass in. And then the last thing, I'm going to be demoing off of our staging environment. This defaults to production on in a production setup, but because we specifically want to use staging, I'm going to set that variable here as well. So the entity ID and token that I'm going to be using, I pre-created those. So let me just copy those in real quick. Okay, so that's the configuration, the kind of the setup of the widget as it is. So now we've done the configuration, and we just need to now drop the actual component onto the page. So we'll do that inside our div tag over here, and it's called the loop connect pane component. And this component, you'll just pass some parameters like the payment amount that you want to charge. So if I want to charge, I'm just going to set it to $1 right now. This is the cents value, so 100 cents equals $1. So what this will do is it'll initialize that component, and it will charge whoever connects their wallet and clicks pay, it'll charge them $1. There are a couple of other configuration parameters here that I'm going to set as well, just so that you can kind of see the status of everything. One of those is the complete notification. So there are a couple of options here for the notification. I'm not going to get into the weeds too much here in terms of like what this does, but these are just configuration parameters that you can set to really control how the widget behaves and what information it gives back to the user. This is all very customizable as well. And you can kind of, if you have an existing style and whatever of your website, you can very easily make this widget match that style by passing customization. So if you don't want to show notifications about payment being completed on chain within the widget itself, and you have somewhere else that you want to display that, you can configure that over here as well, which is kind of nice. So those are the two, and that's essentially like what it is. That's as easy as it is to put a component on the page. And so let's run this real quick. Actually, I just want to add a CSS class here. Name a container, and I want to make this a width of, say, 500 pixels. Okay. So that is basically it, right? So now if we go and run this app, npm run dev, and here is the connect widget on the page, right? So the first thing you'll see is you need to obviously connect your wallet before you can do anything. And then once you've connected your wallet, you can change networks, you can change the tokens that you can pay with, depending on how the entity's kind of got that configured. One thing I will show you real quick, just in terms of a UI customization. Let's say, for example, that this kind of bluey purple color is not at all what you use on your website. Very easy to customize that just by passing in some custom styles over here. And we will call that, sorry, we will call this Loop Connect primary color, and we'll set that to a value of, sure, why is that all? So we'll set this to, I don't know, color of like green maybe, just to. So yeah, that's as easy as to kind of do custom styles. If we go back to our page over here, we've got a color of green now. So there are a lot of other customizations that you can do here in terms of styling. But as I said, customizations in terms of like exactly how this thing kind of behaves as well. So real quick, you now have the widget on your page. User comes to your web page. They connect a wallet, connect my MetaMask wallet. Wallet's connected. Couple of things that the widget shows you automatically is your balance, the exchange rate that we're using right now. So if you change tokens to WETH, for example, you'll see that $1 equals that many WETH. Just a bit of informational stuff. And I think one thing I want to point out at this point, at this stage, is that at no point in the implementation of this did we do anything related to connecting a wallet, anything to do with connecting to an RPC to get wallet balances. So all of that is abstracted away in the Loop Connect widget. And this is pretty powerful because it allows people who are not crypto native at all to be able to set this up super quickly and without having any prior knowledge of crypto and what a wallet is and how it works and what the RPC provider is and when do I need it and how do I switch it. All of that's taken away, and they can just drop it on and use it as is without having to kind of worry about any of that stuff, which is pretty cool. So now that I've got my wallet connected, if you remember here, the payment amount I said as $1. So we'll go ahead and I'm ready to pay. I've connected my wallet, chosen USDC as my form of payment. I think there are different options here that you can have as the merchant. So this is a merchant level configuration where you say what tokens you're willing to accept. So we'll just use USDC for now. Click pay. It'll ask me to set my allowance for this token to do the token transfer. So we'll set that. Feedback on here just around, so this is sent a transaction on chain to the token contract to set the approval on it. So we'll just give it a second to finish. The second signature step is an authentication message that you're just signing to prove that you actually own the wallet that you're signing or that you're using to pay. So at this point, we're creating the payment that happens on chain, sending that payment on chain to be done. So you'll see it's confirming this payment and actually confirmed really quickly. So if we go to this transaction hash over here on the Block Explorer, it's a little bit behind. So let's give that a second. But in terms of like the payments being made on chain, it's complete, and you as the merchant have now received $1 in USDC. As simple as that. So yeah, I think that's really the takeaway from this is just how easy it is to accept a crypto payment on your website. So let's just go back here real quick, and yeah, there we go. So you can see transactions completed, money's being transferred, and yeah, you have your money. I did speak a little bit about I did speak about the customizations that you can do. So I just wanted to show you that real quick. So we have a kind of demo component that we use. that you can use to kind of see all of the configuration values and that sort of thing. So you'll see a whole host of configuration values on the side there. The different styles that you can use to customize, the different ways you want to get notifications. You can even customize the amounts that you're sending in, the authorization amounts. You can send in customer reference IDs if you want to link it back to a customer on your end. All of this from the merchant's perspective as well, they will then get webhooks and all notifications to say that the payment's been made. So a lot of customizations. So you can either use it out the box if you don't know anything about crypto. If you want to have like complete control over your payment page, you can do that as well. So okay, so yeah, that's basically the demo. Super easy to get set up on taking payments. So just heading back to the slides real quick. I think one of the things that we focused on at Loop early on was really meeting merchants where they are in their current process. So if you use Stripe as your billing platform, we didn't want to create a crypto payments thing that you now had to support separately from your Stripe billing system as well. So we have integrations with Stripe, ChargeBee, Xero, QuickBooks, whatever you're using. We have this integration where we make it easy to continue using Stripe as your billing management and your subscription management or whatever it is. And we then just enable the payment to happen instead of on the credit card rails or whatever that is, we enable that to happen on the crypto rails. And we'll go back to Stripe, update subscriptions when the payment's paid, update invoices. Kind of opens up, a lot of options for you as the merchant to kind of accept this new payment method. And it's, again, really easy for you to do that because there's nothing you need to do from a business operations perspective to start accepting these crypto payments because it plugs in directly to what you're using right now. I'll go through these pretty quickly. These are just examples of kind of Loop in the wild. So OpenPay is a billing system, a billing platform. They've integrated Loop. So if a merchant of this OpenPay billing system automatically get access to obviously credit card payments as well as crypto payments out the box, which is really cool. And I think one of the really cool features about this specifically is, the crypto payments is integrated as like a first level payment gateway, really. So what this enables you to do, and what OpenPay have done, is if the credit card payment fails to process for a particular payment, they can use the crypto wallet as a backup, like automatically. No extra configuration necessary. It just you can do that as well as the other way around. If the crypto payment fails, you can use the credit card as backup. And I think crypto payments in general really open up opportunities to do things like that, which is really cool. Helios is another example. They don't use our widget at all. They wanted complete control over their checkout process, so they've kind of done the really deep integration rather than use the widget to kind of embed that on their portal. Another option that we provide is having a universal payment link. Masari, in this case, use that to send their customers invoices. Customer goes onto that invoice and can pay that invoice, and the payment gets processed via Loop. And then lastly, Kaito are one of our customers who uses the Stripe integration. So you can pay for their subscription using crypto as an option, and we kind of take care of those recurring payments for that subscription. All right, that's me. Here's a link to our documentation. Would love you guys to play around with Loop. Set up payments for yourselves and kind of see how really easy it is. And yeah, that's me. Thanks a lot.